Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the first video out of those 100. Okay, let's jump right in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, of course, in every childhood, there was always discipline, or at least in the majority of them, right? And what I notice a lot of narcissistic parents are experts at, because see, you don't remember because you've grown up. But a lot of you just remember having really, really bad times when you were younger when it came down to discipline. You just remember it being so frightening to you. This is something that's stuck in the psyche, ladies and gentlemen. Pay close attention. There'd be times that, maybe your parents were at a gathering or a party or something, and they were talking and they got on the subject about disciplining children, and what they said, they were like, yeah, I didn't play with my kids. My kids knew I didn't play the radio. And that's something that they feel proud of, because the kids are supposed to go around like, yeah, my mama didn't play that. And that's something that is supposed to be like, I salute to you, my parent, for the way that you disciplined me. You made sure I stayed out of trouble, and you didn't play the radio. I had me a strong mom. I had me a strong dad. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I hate to bring it to you guys, but a lot of times that don't be the case. What be the case is you were abused. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You weren't emotional. Well, emotional abuse was involved, but you were physically abused. Whoopings that consisted of stitching cords and spike switches, and a parent taking off their high heel and hitting you with, the more narrow stick-like part of it. That shit was abuse, okay? No human being should be treated like that. And I've noticed this has happened a lot, to be honest with you guys, and I don't care how they take it, because I'm going to keep it real with you guys, in a lot of African American families. I don't care how bad your child is. I don't care how, disrespectful your child is. I honestly believe that you are supposed to punish your child. But when it gets to the point where you're seeing whelps that are sitting on them damn near like an inch high, you're leaving marks on them, you're hitting them with belts, and this particular time you swapped them and it went almost across their face, that shit don't be cause for. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that we hate to see our kids in a prison or justice system, but a lot of times it's time for you to take that approach for your child, to teach them tough love. You know what I'm saying? Because it's better for you to find another alternative than to be beating your child with leather belts all across their body, all across their face, to having them to strip naked, to beat them like that. Switches, sticks, brooms, bats. And a lot of you guys experienced that when you were younger. Now, I'm not saying that, smacking with the hand really hard on the butt and all that stuff, like, that's perfectly fine. Getting whooped with a belt, that's perfectly fine. But you have some parents that literally took it overboard. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these parents were narcissistic, okay? The reason why they took it overboard, because they were upset, because they knew what happened was they went and had a child, whether it was a female or a male, with supply, and they thought that that supply was going to be there forever. And that wasn't the case. And they were stuck with having to raise you, your brothers and sisters. And when they would whoop you, they would take their anger out on you, because they know it's 18 years of their life. They're going to have to make it do what it do. Because usually when victims get away from these narcissistic people that try to have babies with them, implant babies in them, they usually go straight through the court system. This is the way this is going to be. This is the way that's going to be. Visitation, this, that. You have to have something structured. Because the narcissist is so manipulative and cunning and such a fucking liar. You can't go off of what they say or what they do because you know just how evil they are. And you don't know when they're going to try to pin something on you. See, the narcissists, they were experts at trying to have these kids and make these kids so that whenever the parent don't do something that they like, the supply, then, well, you can't see your kids. You can't see your kids. So now here it is. You have the supply who love their creation wanting to engage with their children and can't. Because this narcissistic predator, messed up in the mind, mental ass bitch will not allow them to engage with their child. It's a sad case, ladies and gentlemen, but this is the truth, okay? And a lot of narcissistic parents will get stuck with their child. A lot of narcissistic mothers, sometimes the fathers, and the discipline would be just to the extreme. You know what it's like to whoop a child with a belt, okay? You have the rights to whoop your children, okay? But it's another thing when you're hitting them with the belt buckle, when you're just straight on just hitting them with all of your might, with all of your force, and there's whelps that are being left on them that's like the size of damn Mount Everest. Come on now, we know what abuse is and what abuse ain't, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And there's a lot of you that were kids and you really experienced trauma and you don't realize it. But you kind of sort of have snippets that come in your head every so often in your life and you think about it. But you never really can see the real big picture. And the only reason why, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the truth, it's because you're older now. And like I always told you guys in my YouTube videos, I say, as time passes, things are left in the past. It's forgotten. I mean, like it fades away. It's not forgotten. But you don't see the picture as clear as you saw it, as you experienced it. And this is exactly what happens to you guys. I am so hungry. I want some breakfast. I'm like, I ate all that spaghetti, ladies and gentlemen. I just kept getting up eating spaghetti throughout the night. I'm like, damn, like I ate my whole pot of spaghetti. But I didn't make that much spaghetti, though. That was kind of a lot of spaghetti, but I don't know what it is about that spaghetti. It just don't really fill me up like that. I don't know. How do we get on spaghetti, the subject about spaghetti? I don't know. That's only in ABS videos. But this is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm telling you about the narcissistic abuse and the whippings and all that stuff. They did that. Seriously. They did that. They know that it was abuse. They know that it was trauma. It was traumatizing. And they did it anyway. And you know what? They felt like they could get away with it because, cops not around. You're trained not to go and say anything to anybody at school and stuff like that. Or you going to get another whipping. Just different things that just led to them being able to get away with it with their trifling, narcissistic, abusive ass. I'll see you guys in more videos because we have a whole lot more to talk about. I hope this video resonated with you guys because it's the truth. A lot of you guys want to second guess yourself and just say, oh, yeah, whatever. Whatever. My parent was just strict and that's it. Hey, you need to look back just a little bit deeper and see. There's other ways to discipline your kids. You go get your ass in the corner and you stay there. You get there and you stay there. Certain things that they don't do. Okay, well, I'm going to take this away from you. I'm going to take that away from you. And then when it gets so bad, shit, I don't care if you have to set up cameras with your child hitting you or whatever. Okay, well, we're going to take this like this. There's other ways to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll never forget, my narcissistic parents took me, I thought that we were going to Disney World. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I love theme parks. And I got up one morning, and I never forget, they had made a lunch with with an apple in the bag. I would never forget it. And do you know these people? I'm getting in the car. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm in middle school, young. Do you know they gonna put me in the car and drive me all the way to Bartow to some boot camp? Ladies and gentlemen, I could not believe it. I wasn't even a problem child. I get out. It's pitch black dark. And to this day, I was thinking, why am I here? Why am I here? I'll never forget being given, I want to say it's a canteen, I'm not really sure, one of those green bottles that carry water, and us filling up the water. And I'll never forget being in line, and they would say certain things, the instructors, and I would obey every single thing they said. And because I wasn't a problem child. And I would never forget, there was this one instructor that came up and he was like, look forward or something. And I was looking for it. And he comes and sticks his finger up under my jawline. And he's like, I said, look forward or something. And I'm just looking like, why in the hell am I here? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe to this day, it was for their sadistic pleasures. I believe this is the reason why they did this. They took me there for their sadistic pleasure. And then to lie and say I'm going to Disney World as if they're like trying to sneak me here because they know that I'll run away from them. Huh? It was bizarre, ladies and gentlemen. And to this day, I never understand it, but it's something that always plays in the back of my head. I will see you guys in more videos. You guys have a wonderful morning and be safe driving and eat a good breakfast and have a good day at work. Bye-bye.